Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show.
Joining us now, Gina Lynn. She's our resident foodie, and she comes on from time to time to tell us what's hot and happening in the DFW area. Gina, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me, Jeff.
Awesome. Well, let's. What have you been up to these days? You're with CityDining. That's citydining.com. What's new?
Well, we're kind of evolving CityDining. It's a very exciting thing for me. So I'm a mom. I'm a mom of twin girls, but I'm also extremely passionate about the industry and about growth of small business. So we'll look forward to kind of an evolution and telling great stories, and also covering some underrepresented areas of the city. We have so much exciting news going on in the heart of Dallas. But with the growth of these local businesses, they're finding that there are like-minded communities all over Dallas-Fort Worth. So we're seeing some great locally owned and operated brands expanding north of 635, if you can believe it. And I'm excited about that. So I'm looking forward to telling those stories and kind of evolving what I'm doing with CityDining.
Awesome. Well, what's one concept that's come on your radar screen recently? What are you working with anybody interesting?
Well, yes. I'm definitely working with a brand that will be launching in November. So as part of Gina Lynn Consulting, I work with small brands and also new and innovative brands that will be coming to market within the hospitality industry or beyond. So I am working on a product launch that's kind of hush-hush right now, but we're working with some key on-premise accounts to help build awareness for the brand. It's a wine product. It'll be so exciting, and I can't wait to introduce that soon. And I'll look forward to working with some other brands. Tupinamba actually moved to a new location in Dallas. So we've had some conversations about raising awareness for the new location. They're historic in the city and just a really great family. And also Simply Fit Meals. They're locally owned and operated by two guys that just have such a passion for food, fitness. They're gourmet meals for the taking, and they are opening their 8th location in the Dallas-Fort Worth market this October, and just some tremendous growth, and very proud of those guys.
So tell us more about that brand. What are they all about?
So Simply Fit Meals, first and foremost, they're about easy, healthy, chef-driven, even gourmet salads and other foods for the taking. So they want to, be beyond what's in the box of food for the taking. So they're a true lifestyle brand and approachable to everybody. So whether you come in for cold-pressed juices to go, superfood smoothies, they're all about the ingredients, and they truly believe in the philosophy that food is fuel, and a great spin for healthy eating that's approachable for everybody.
Tell us how you got into this line of work.
Well, my parents owned restaurants as a little girl. I literally think I took my first steps in their restaurant in the Northeast. And so their concept was fine dining as well as banquets. So in the Northeast, everybody would typically have these huge banquet rooms. And I think I was officially the first wedding crasher. I have an affinity for doilies. I loved putting the doilies on the table and dancing the locomotion at these wonderful weddings. Yes, it was the best. And so from the beginning of my life, I was just entrenched in the restaurant industry and just had a deep passion and bridged that with my experience in media. I've worked in traditional media from television to my days with D Magazine, and then the evolution to non-traditional media and the integration of technology and video for small business and restaurant marketing, and really for telling stories for the consumer and giving them food news in a way that's compelling and allows them to connect with the restaurant, actually see and experience the interior with video. But in addition to that, checking out not to miss dishes and knowing what to order and really connecting with the people behind the brands.
I know that part of your business is restaurant consulting. So if a restaurant brings you in because they feel like their brand is getting stale, what are some things that you do to help rebrand them, relaunch them?
Sure. Well, first and foremost, we want to look at market trends. So I'm a big proponent of building on a healthy, strong foundation. So certainly we want to look at their accomplishments as a brand and the things that have made them successful. And I think just like any great outfit or home decor or whatever it may be, building off of a strong in a relationship, building off of a strong foundation is really important. And then looking at market trends. So for instance, it could be semantics, changing some wording in the delivery of what they do and what they offer. It could be colors, anything, from foundationally, just anything that speaks to the market where it stands now and building off of successes they've had in the past.
Seems like Dallas can be fickle at times. There are those classic brands like Three Forks that's been popular for decades. And then there are other brands that you couldn't get in for 6 months and now it's a ghost town. So what happens? Does Dallas-Fort Worth, do we get tired of a concept, or what happens?
We are definitely a fickle market. We particularly see other brands that have done well in other markets sometimes suffer here because we're so proud of these locally owned and operated businesses. And more than anything, I just think that there is such a boom and awareness and dining itself and the love and the shiny object of a brand new restaurant. That is just something that the Dallas community loves. They love exclusivity. They want a reservation at the new best restaurant. And so that's why, again, I think it is important as a brand to be able to identify the things that are making those restaurants really pop other than just being new and adapting while staying true to the roots. I mean, I think it's important that the Three Forks and the other successful restaurants that have sustained in the market, that they remain true to who they are. But just by simple integrations of seasonal dishes that speak to popular seasonal menu items or ingredients, as well as sourcing right now, which we discussed last time, is a huge trend that benefits everybody. It's sustainability in the local economy while also integrating very farm-fresh, natural ingredients that are accessible here in Dallas. So I definitely feel like the landscape has changed tremendously. And that's also, why I like to bring back some of the old favorites when I talk about restaurants and plug restaurants. But I love what's going on in the industry. And openings is definitely a huge trend for the fall. We're going to see some great openings this fall.
That's awesome. What percentage in terms of the overall restaurant experience and happiness, if you will, how much of it is the food? How much of it is just the ambiance?
I would personally say that I think the ambiance has a lot to do with the overall experience. Now, I will say chefs, of course, and these proprietors, they open with a dream for delivering a certain kind of cuisine. So I would say that the passion for the proprietors and the chefs truly come from the food first. And I also think that in a way the food is the biggest influencer in the ambiance. So it's kind of the chicken or the egg, but in terms of the Dallas, restaurant experience, I think that design, these big-time designers that are coming in and helping these brands and being able to duplicate already great concepts like how Proof and Pantry recently opened Madrina, which opened in Highland Park last Saturday to a packed house. And, they duplicated a model that worked very well for them using warmth and a lot of different textures and materials throughout. I think they had 3 or 4 different kinds of flooring and walls. And so I think that in addition to bringing in some of the best French-Mexican cuisine and doing a really unique concept and delivering on the food, the ambiance certainly plays a role and really can make or break a restaurant at the end of the day, truly.
Gina, how do people get a hold of you? What's your website?
Well, I'm available at Gina at ginalconsulting.com or at citydining.com. And again, we'll be evolving over the year. I'm very excited for things to come on the consulting side, as well as the way I'll be reporting news and working with restaurants in the future.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to having you back real soon.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you.
Thanks again. Well, coming up next, with fall almost here, it's time to start thinking about Halloween costumes, from trendy to tacky. We'll have a preview of the hottest pop culture costumes just ahead on The Jeff Crilley Show.